Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of June 7th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Aries collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Aries not see coming for the week of June 7th, 2026? What do they not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you not see coming? In their head. Overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. Under the deck here, we have karmic friend. So it's some type of connection here. Soulmate connection, if you will. Someone that maybe you had to learn a lesson from, or they had to learn a lesson from you. Tell me more about this here for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is in their head something they do not see coming this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, we have the Lovers, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the King of Swords, and we have the High Priestess. The situation, environment, or connection that you're dealing with, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Bottom of that, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, let's begin to clarify. The Lovers. Why is the Lovers here in Aries energy this week? It could be in regards to a romantic partnership. It doesn't have to be. It could just be a soulmate connection. For others of you, the Lovers indicates a choice, as that is the ultimate choice card in tarot. So tell me more about the Lovers here, please, for Aries. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers is being clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Why is this here? Why is this in Aries energy? One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Okay, King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? One more shuffle. Okay, thank you. I'm only going to take the cards that fell face up, but we will look at the ones that fell face down. King of Swords is clarified by Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Sun. Well, I kind of like when we go from Moon to Sun. Sun to Moon, not so much, but Moon to Sun is actually something nice here. At the bottom of the deck, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And the High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here for Aries this week? Why is the High Priestess here? One more shuffle. Thank you. High Priestess, clarified by Five of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords. Okay, Aries, I don't know who this person is to you, a friend, a family member, a lover, your boss, an employee, a client. I don't know. I do know that they mean a lot to you, but you seem to be undecided about how to move forward with this individual. You're very much up in your head. There's a decision here that you need to make. I'm either going to engage with this individual moving forward, or I'm not going to engage with this individual moving forward. And I feel like you're very mentally blocked here. Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. This feels like a lot of mental stress or mental confusion when it comes to what do I do with this person, or with the offer or opportunity that is being made available from this person, or presented by this person. So there's something here in your energy where you haven't been sure. I think it's been for a while now. I don't know what to do with this offer. Let's say it's a job. You currently work at ABC Corporation. You have received an offer from XYZ Corporation, and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know if you want to accept it. That in their head is actually you. I think you're in your head. Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. You're overthinking this. You're overstressed. You're overanalyzing. Honestly, I think you're getting a little bit too caught up in the details here with all of that sword energy. Now, I'm a Gemini sun sign, and for most air signs, those are relatively, I don't want to say comfortable, but tolerable energetic positions to be in. For a fire sign, not so much, because you like to make a decision and boldly and confidently move forward with that decision. And that's why you're represented in tarot by the Emperor. We don't have the Emperor on the table. What we have is a king, and what we have is a queen. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. If you haven't, howdy, howdy. Welcome anyway. But for me, queens exist in the present. They're processing the past. They're processing what's currently going on. And then kings take action. They're more decisive. It's not hierarchical. It's not masculine versus feminine. It's just how I, as a reader, look at a suit of cards. And I see you here being mentally blocked, trying to figure out, do I want to accept, again, we'll use that job offer as an example. And if I do, how am I going to do that? Do I accept it first and then tell the current job I'm leaving? Do I tell the current job I'm leaving and then accept the other offer? I feel like there are steps here that need to be taken, and you're just not sure what to do, very frazzled. The good news is what you don't see coming this week is clarity. So while you're sitting here in that King of Swords energy, I need to make a decision, and I'm trying to parse through all of this data that I have. The Knight of Pentacles to the Moon is like I'm moving very slowly through the confusion, the uncertainty, the doubts, the fears, and then boom, here comes the Sun. Once you receive that clarity, it looks like then you're internalizing it, meaning then you're tapping into your intuition. Okay, now I know exactly what this job offer is. They have provided me with the details, you know, the ins and outs, the maybe employment contract. Again, I'm just using that as an example. Now that I know the terms and conditions of that job, now I can black and white, fact to fact, compare it to the current job. Now I have clarity. Now I'm able to make a decision. So it's possible for some of you, this offer opportunity, like you weren't quite sure exactly what they were offering, and therefore you were unsure about whether or not you could move forward with it. So if you have been experiencing something like that in your life, and you've been up in your head and you have been stressed, I feel like what you don't see coming is there is some clarity coming to you this week. Then it looks like you're tapping into your intuition. 5 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. This is, I'm going to hold back from definitively telling this entity, this corporation, again, using that as an example, that I want their job. Because now I need to tap into my intuition. Now that I have all the data, now I can figure out if I really do want the job. I may love the job, Queen of Cups, or the idea of the job, but I'm going to hold myself back from saying yes from a place of emotion or emotional excitement. So instead, I'm like parsing through the data. Once I get it, then I can compare, then I can make a decision. So I think you're coming out of analysis paralysis this week. As for this individual, again, professional, platonic, or romantic, it's like they're waiting now to hear from you. That's the feeling that I get here. They're waiting to hear from you. They're waiting to see. It's like they want you to accept. It would make them very happy for you to accept the job. Again, using that as an example. But I feel like they're just waiting here. Tell me more about this person's energy here this week. One more shuffle. Thank you. More about their energy. The 8 of Wands, so they're waiting for communication. We have the Fool, about whether or not you will take the job, Page of Cups, that they offered you. Pages are the messengers, and then we have, the message and the messenger here, both in cup form. So again, they presented you with an offer, and now they're waiting for information, Page of Swords. There you go. They're waiting for information to hear from you. I don't know if you're giving them the answer this week, but I know that you are a lot closer to obtaining the answers that you need within about whether or not you will accept the offer. Let's get you some advice here. Get you some advice when it comes to like I said, parsing through the data. That it feels like I just saw the Emperor on the split there from the corner of my eye. So it looks like you're parsing through the data and coming through a period of confusion when it comes to this person or like the offer that they have presented to you. So let's get you 3 cards of advice to help you with that process. 3 cards of advice here to help Aries with the decision-making process or the clarity creation process. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the Lovers. Well, that was the first card that came out for you. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. If you feel that this would truly make you happy, because when we're leaving something, again, using the company work as an example, the 8 of Cups at your current place of employment isn't terrible. It's just no longer emotionally fulfilling. And if you feel here that your choice is, I could be more creative here, more adventurous, there's more of a collaborative feel, there are better terms and conditions, I could really see myself in that position, it would make me very happy to be in that position, then your answer is yes to make that decision. But that 9 of Pentacles, it's almost like you have to put yourself first. Not what's best for the company that you're at, not what's best for the potential company that's, offering you this position. This is, would this make your wishes fulfilled? Is this comfort? Is this happiness, right? Would you be satisfied, 9 of Pentacles, again, working for that corporation? So this almost seems to be, once you receive the information and you're tapping into your intuition, there's something here like when you make the choice here, just do it from a place where you feel like that would be the best decision for you, not for anyone else, not for whatever disappointment company A or company B will experience by you making the decision. I feel like you need to put yourself first here. Emperor, right? You need to put yourself first here. All right, let's get you 3 cards of advice for how to deal with this person, because it looks like they're expecting some kind of communication from you, Aries, this week. How does Aries deal with this person this week? One more shuffle. Thank you. How do you deal with this person? Seven of Swords, which is what you had here, the 10 of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords. Until you are absolutely certain or clear what your decision is, I would not say anything to this person, because this person is showing up here in Queen of Swords energy. So that is someone who they are looking for the facts. They're only looking for the facts. They want to know your definitive answer. They don't want to know maybe. They don't want to know I'm thinking about it. You know, they don't want to, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound mean. This person's energy here seems to be like, I don't care how you're parsing the data. Like, I gave you everything that you needed to know about this decision, and now I'm waiting to hear yes or no. I don't want to hear maybe. I don't want to hear that you need more time. You can take the time you need, but this is like, only come to me when you have the clarity, when you're ready to speak on this, when you have a definitive answer. So that's how you can deal with this person this week. I'm not telling you not to talk to this person, but until you can break through that 7 of Swords, that, I don't know, that I feel like mental turmoil that you're going through. And look at that 10 of Wands, like I can't see straight. So until you can see straight and you do have the decision, again, I'm not telling you not to talk to this person, but there's something here about not telling this person that they're a maybe. That seems to be what's happening here. It's like they want to know a yes or no answer. So when you have that, you can deliver it to that person. That is what I have for you this week. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, Aries, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.